What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Off Topic. Today I'm with Carlos Mojica, co-owner, co-founder of Prize Picks. I'm just kidding. Opinionated Off Topic. The boy been in the bed. I understand. Trying to get to the money, trying to get to the bag like we all are. But I'm with Carlos, your boy Cam. We're with the one and only JG.
Yeah.
JPG?
JPG.
Yeah, JPG. This is the boy. If you guys don't know, he's a big part of Opinionated Media. Helps us do a lot of stuff with Opinionated Media and Park Card Talks. One of the more talented guys in the group, especially behind the camera and editing. So we finally are able to sit down with him, introduce him to y'all. We're going to start our internal podcast series. So this will be where you'll be able to connect with the rest of us, hear what we have to say about the year and what we got planned for the next couple years and moving forward. So without further ado, JG, how you doing,
Yes,
my man?
sir. I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing well. How about y'all?
I'm doing good, man.
Good,
I mean, it's a weird day for us. We're on a Tuesday today.
Yeah,
Usually
for
it's y'all's
sure.
day, but we're here making it work. So thank you for taking time out your day. I mean, I've known you for a while. Cam's getting to
I've
know
known
you.
him for a minute, a couple years.
But for the audience that doesn't know you, just give a little backstory to where you came from. To
Who
what you're
am
doing
I?
now.
Let's see. Who am I? Well, my name is Jorge Galban. I go by JG.
And get the ladies going on that one.
I go by JG, Yorio, George, et cetera, et cetera. Born and raised here in Austin, Texas, and big Cowboys fan. So I think that says enough about me.
That's both of us, I guess.
Yeah.
What game did you go to? What was it?
It was the Giants and Cowboys.
Giants and Cowboys. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. What was the final for that one? No,
Oh, bro, it was like 30.
It was not close.
Nah, it was not
Neither
close.
of them were close.
It was
I mean,
an
this weekend
asshole
was
thing.
close, but this Thursday and the rest of the season is where I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
we'll see what we're made of.
for sure. Because
And-
I mean, we're getting closer to playoffs. So
Yep. And then we needed that loss last night. That hurt. The
They
Eagles
should have
winning.
lost, bro.
The Eagles winning. That
Chiefs
hurt. I
should've
was
beat
like,
them, bro.
oh my god.
2 turnovers,
Yeah,
and then they dropped that wide open touchdown. And then
Wide open touchdown. I mean, even on the 4th and 25, the dude it kind of went right through his hands. And then Kelsey dropped that.
They had like 8 drops last night as a team.
They need me.
Facts.
Did you? So since you're a Cowboy fan, did you grow up playing football, or is that just something?
Nah, it's just with my family. My family. I'm losing my train of thought. Like,
Good, brother.
the fuck. Nah, my family or like my mom's cousins kind of grew up watching football and playing football, street football. And so as I was growing up, I would tag along with them and I would just hear them talk about UT and was it Troy Aikman and then Tony Romo and then this young what's his name? Tom Brady, yada yada yada, this and that. And so from then on I kind of just started picking it up, but
Yeah, because it seems being around us, not that you got into football late, but you like got into football like later,
for sure.
like
I
getting
didn't
into
know-
it and actually watching it.
Yeah, I didn't know fantasy football was a thing until like, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, 6.
Are you liking our league so far?
Yeah, not really, not really. I never realized how much work, or not work, but how much time you got to put in.
Yeah, you got to pay attention and check it like on certain days. Like
Yeah,
get on
for
that waiver
sure.
on Tuesday.
Oh
like, right
yeah,
away, you
yeah.
know?
The waiver is crucial, and also your knowledge of like football and football players. I don't have much knowledge when it comes to that. Like you could ask me something about Cowboys, like how many championships do they have, but I can't answer that. But isn't it 10?
No, I
5.
wish 5.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm
The
way
Cowboys,
off.
Steelers,
Cowboys,
Giants,
Steelers.
49ers. The 49ers have
Cowboys-
like 4. I think.
No, it's
5.
Cowboys, Steelers, Patriots,
Patriots have 6.
or just like the most in general.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Steelers, 49ers, Patriots, and I feel like there's one more.
The Giants have a lot too. I know they have. They won 2 with Eli.
I don't think
alone.
it's the Giants. I think it might just be those 4.
I know they have a lot. Let me see.
Or the
4.
Packers.
The Giants have 4.
The Packers,
Yeah.
I think is the other one.
Yeah, Giants won 87, 91, 08, 12.
Yeah, I think it's those 5 teams like
Yeah.
who have the most. We were tied for the most for a while until Pittsburgh beat the Cardinals in the Super Bowl. Then they went to 6 Super Bowls.
Damn, when was this?
That
Pittsburgh.
was 2009.
9
Oh,
or
shit.
2010. It was the year they were both on the cover. of
Yeah, I
Madden.
think it was 2009 because that was
Ah.
2010.
Yeah.
Madden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't know football at that time.
Yeah.
I knew basketball though. I
Yeah?
love basketball. Yeah, for
Who's
sure.
your team for basketball?
The Spurs.
Me too. Yeah.
So y'all
Grew
like
up as a
y'all like
Spurs
Wemby
fan.
then?
Honestly, I don't.
Really?
I don't like Wemby.
Really?
I just don't like how easy it is for him.
Okay.
I kind of like I like the underdog. You know what I mean? And right
Yeah.
now he's like not that.
Yeah, he's like got all the hype. Like,
yeah,
Well,
for
he
sure.
kinda
And he's
is.
good too. He's
Yeah.
really good, which
He-
is makes it worse.
He
for me.
kind of is, but like he isn't, because it's like I was telling him like I like him, but like he's not like fully polished yet. Like
Oh no, not at all.
and like I
Not
think
at
he's
all.
like adjusting to like the American side of basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Like over there and in FIBA, like he was running everything, but like he has trouble a lot over here
Mhm.
playing. So
yeah, like he's not. His shooting percentages aren't that great, but he's still averaging like almost 19 and 10.
That's crazy.
As a
Exactly.
rookie.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
no, he's definitely not like a complete player, but he's raw.
oh, I mean he's getting up there, so it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
he's gonna be a problem, especially if he gets like stronger because he's only like
yeah.
18. So like once
I
he
mean
like
Kevin
gets
Durant when he went
grows
the
into
league,
his
he
body
was-
a little
he
bit.
was-
Hey, y'all don't mind if I sip, right?
No, you're
Of
good.
course.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. I mean, plus this is like this is ours. Like
Yeah.
this is like more intimate as
Intimate
opposed
for
to
sure.
like
Pause.
a normal one because yeah, I mean, yeah. So
So what sports did you play growing up? If you
Just
did play any
soccer.
soccer, so you're a soccer guy,
I
huh?
was a soccer player for sure.
Was
big Barca guy.
Big
Oh,
Barca
yeah,
guy,
you're a
yeah,
Barca guy.
Barcelona.
Oh,
all the
drew you to
way.
Barca.
What drew me to Barca was the tiki taka, the simpleness in soccer. I struggled when I played soccer. I struggled a lot in trying to do the crossovers, this and that, move the ball this way, do a around the world, this and that. So like Ronaldo was big on that, and everybody loved Ronaldo, and I was like, yeah, Ronaldo's cool, but I can't really relate to that kind of style of play until Messi came around, or I started seeing Messi, and Messi with like Xavi, Iniesta, who else? Cesc Fabregas too. He played with Cesc Fabregas for a little bit, and then Sergio Busquets. Just the way that they moved the ball, just boom, 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 tiki taka, and without them having to break a sweat or anything, and they would just score a goal. They just made the game look so easy. Because at the end of the day, it kind of is, but you gotta have some skill to that.
The beautiful game.
Yeah, the beautiful
know.
game, Joga Bonito for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really start watching soccer till when, like 20.
Probably till like I went to college, like around there. Like,
Damn, like
maybe
20.
like the year before. Like
Not
I think you
even.
bought like FIFA or something.
Not even. Probably like I would say like 2019 maybe.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that was after there was a World Cup.
The
after
World
that.
Cup.
I watched
Brazil.
who was that World Cup?
That was the one France won that one. That
2018. Yeah,
World Cup.
you're right.
2018.
Yeah,
was that
yeah.
with the Mbappe.
Mbappe. That
Okay,
was like him
so-
emerging.
I
on
watched
the
I watched before that, so maybe
international
like 2016.
Yeah.
It's probably like
Okay.
his freshman year of college is like when I got into it, because I mean I'm in Texas, I'm an American, like
Hell yeah.
football is what we know. Like we don't really pay attention to soccer or watch soccer. Or
Yeah,
anything
that's
like
rap, brother.
that. So it never like interested me, and then
Yeah.
later in life I just like started watching more sports in general. I'd watch golf. I started watching golf, soccer, F1, like just all
Oh,
different
no
and
shit.
branching out and
Yeah.
just finding the beauty in each
Yeah,
individual
yeah,
sport.
yeah.
And soccer's dope. I like it a
Yeah,
lot.
soccer is nice. I
Like
love soccer.
people think it's boring because like nobody scores, but like
People think it's boring because it's not like very. It's not
not
like a lot of
fast-paced.
sparks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
not
like
fast-paced.
instant action. Like
Yeah,
football,
nah.
there's something that happens
unless you're
every
like
play.
watching PSG.
For sure.
Basketball,
for
it's
sure,
like
yeah.
every play, like they're going down up and down the
Up
court.
and down the
So
court.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
But like I said, the only thing that's like that is PSG, because there's really nobody who in their league
Who
that
can like
compete
yeah,
with
for
them.
sure.
So like
Yeah.
They're
They
just
have the fireworks.
demolishing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Till
just
Till they get to
demolishing
till they get to the
teams
Champions
and
League and get knocked
shit.
out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. I
Round of
love
16.
that. That's a
Yeah.
reality check for them.
Yeah,
I
every-
love
They've
that
never
shit.
won one, right?
No.
Nah, yeah, they haven't.
Yeah. And
No,
they've
that's
had
crazy.
like they've had like the best 5 players all the time on their
Yeah.
on their team in the world, and like they can't even.
Why do you think they can't win it?
I honestly think, like, I mean, he probably touched on this, but I think like in the other 4 leagues, like the Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, like the 4 like major leagues as compared to like the France league, they're just so much better. Like every team is pretty good or
Yeah.
not elite. Even you get on FIFA, like you look at those leagues and their teams, and you go look at the France league. It's only like PSG, like Monaco.
And Monaco.
So you're saying they're not?
They
don't do well because they they don't play the competition.
Yes,
like,
I don't think they
day?
play like the competition in those leagues. You have to have elite teams and depth, and
when they go into it, they're just not ready.
and they're also just playing in all these
Probably.
tournaments, like the Premier League.
Yeah.
You playing the Premier League, FA Cup, Cabarro Cup, like all that stuff, and Champions League. If you made it the year before,
That's
the
right.
Europa League or whatever. So like it's just
a lot of
If
games.
there's a lot of
games.
talent in France, like soccer player wise or football player wise, why is France league not good?
They just go play other places. I feel like
That's a good question.
But,
Well,
like-
usually when they get good, a team in the Premier League or La Liga, they'll buy them. And
yes,
so,
like Mbappe played for
Monaco.
and then like got bought by PSG, and it's like
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the same thing. Like there's like Monaco, like Ajax, and like Dortmund. They're kind of like they're good teams, but they get like a lot of their youth gets like poached.
that's right.
So how do you think how do you think they can make their league like compete with the other leagues if they have a lot of talent in their home country?
Repeat that question.
How do you think they can make their league compete with the top leagues if they have a lot of talent in their home country?
I don't know. I didn't understand that question.
Do you get what I'm
I'm
saying?
having a tough time
I mean, like I
processing
said,
that.
it just they're just not like nobody wants to play in that league. Like
What'd you say? How do you what?
So how do you think they can make their
do I
league
think they-
compete with the higher level leagues
I see
if
what
they
you're
have a lot
saying.
of talent in their country already?
Just money. Money talks.
that as well. And like PSG has the money, but it's like
Yeah.
that's one team that like everyone in the like all teams in Premier League pretty much have money.
Are they oil money too, PSG, or no? Like
Maybe.
like
Like
Chelsea,
from- like from, like, Saudi Arabia and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Fly
honestly.
Emirates.
Yeah.
It's literally it's like they sponsor them.
Then yeah,
Yeah.
they got
A lot of
oil
Fly
money.
Emirates shit. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So like going in from like playing sports, your upbringing, like I guess how did you like meet the like Carlos, PCT boys, all of us? Like
That's
How
crazy.
did you get close with all of us?
How did I get close to everybody? So it all started with Topgolf. I decided to work at Topgolf, and then this guy had trained me. His name was Chris Roebuck.
boy.
Very, very close friend of ours. Chris Roebuck, he was my trainer for my first shift. And then by my second shift, he was like, "You're gonna be trained again. You're gonna have a different trainer. It's not gonna be me." And that different trainer. I just remember Chris telling me. Chris was telling me, like, dude, but you got to be like on your best behavior, bro, because like this guy, like, I don't know, he could fire you if he wanted to, but he was bullshitting. And it was none other than Zach Scott.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, oh shit. And so I remember being at the what do you call it? Like the pre-meeting. What's that shit that we used to do before our job was
Pre-shift?
Pre-shift meeting. And I remember like I was just chopping it up with Roebuck, and then Zach walks in. And he's like, I think he's like a little late and shit, and he just walks in with like the what do you call it, like full confidence and whatnot. And I was like, oh shit, like this guy,
Look at this guy.
wow. And then so yeah, then I met Zach, and then kind of Chris started introducing me to all of like his friends, like who did he know, this and that. And then one day I worked with I don't know, I think it was like a Sunday or it was like a holiday or something, because I worked when I was in high school. It was like a holiday, and I remember I had this one shift with CJ. That was my first time having like, I guess like a one-on-one with CJ, because we were working on the
Same floor.
we were working on the same floor, so we were just chopping it up the whole time. And by that time, I had already kind of knew who he was, so like it wasn't hard to like break the ice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was just a matter of like, oh, bro, how was school yesterday? I don't know, some shit that had to do with Chris Roebuck or whatever. And then, Yeah, bro. Next thing you know, I started hanging out with them. Like I really liked them a lot, or I liked y'all a lot, and I didn't really talk to other people in Topgolf at that time. And then, yeah, bro. From there, it's just fucking the rest is history.
Yeah, because when you got there, was I in the bar already or no?
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I mean, I've met a lot of people still today just from Topgolf.
For sure, yeah.
Will,
yeah.
Priscilla,
Will, yeah. I saw
Priscilla,
Will.
and Elijah. Like,
bro, when did I see Will? I saw Will maybe like a month ago.
yeah.
Randomly at the club. Like I did not. My roommate was like, yo, we got a section at this club, yada yada yada. Pull up. So I pull up and I'm like, who's like section is this? You bought this? He was like, nah, it's he's like, well, I split it with somebody. It's me and someone else's birthday. And it was Zach's.
Ramirez?
Zach Ramirez. And I see Will there. I see what's this guy's name? I think it was Daniel.
Acuna?
Nah.
In the kitchen?
Nah. Daniel. White guy, tall, skinny, beard. I don't think I'm getting his name right. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, how? I wasn't expecting this. Like, what the hell? Small world. Crazy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So when I guess CJ, so fast forward a few years, like obviously we all still keep in touch.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then CJ's doing the PCT thing in San Marcos.
Yeah.
You're not really involved in it yet. Then he moves into here and then you get involved in it.
Yeah.
What was it? What were your first thoughts when he told you, like, hey, I'm doing this thing? Because at first, when he first started coming over, you weren't really a part of it. You would just come in, like,
Kinda
chill with the
just chill.
boys, support
Yeah.
and whatnot. So what was it like when he first told you about it? Like, hey, I'm just doing this new thing. It's at the crib. You want to come check it out?
Bro, honestly, I didn't know it was like a thing until like he was like, I want to, like he started setting up the meetings once a week type shit. And I was like, oh, okay, like this is actually something that he really wants to do. But before that, he would just mention it. I think I would ask him, or no, we would just be, maybe I'd show him something and then he'd be like, I have no idea, but maybe it's something like, I think it was just him mentioning it. One day he just said it randomly, like, yeah. It's like, that's why I want to do a podcast, bro, because yada, 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 woo, 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 this and that. He had his reasons. I was like, oh, bro, that's a great idea. Yeah, we should definitely do it. And then I think he shot like one podcast or something. And he was kind of like saying stuff like, damn, I'm going to edit this. I'm going to need this and that. But he wasn't asking for it. He was just saying. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to involve myself in that. And I had some experience with editing, but it was only on iMovie. It wasn't. It wasn't nothing too serious. And I think it was like a fast lane or something. We had came up with the ideas of fast lanes, and he needed a edit one because he was like, I can't be doing. It's just a workload of doing the pods and then doing the fast lanes. He's like, I'm gonna need a hand, and so that's kind of when like I intervened and was like, yo, bro, let me edit a video. Like I think I had gotten a computer and I was just making random ass edits, just like, I don't know, I would throw like 10 videos on there, cut them up, and then put music behind it, kind of like a music style vlog or whatever. And then I would pull up here, I would show it to him. And this is kind of when the wheels started turning for PCT. And he was like, he's like, bro, you did that? Yeah, I did that. Bro, that shit is sick as fuck. Like, woody, woo, do this, do that. I was like, word? He's like, yeah, bro, like you can do that shit. I was like, all right, cool. And so we talked about a fast lane, and that's when I was like, bro, let me edit this. And then you tell me if you fuck with it or not. If you don't, it's whatever. And if you do, cool, let's keep it going. Long story short, fucked with it. And here I am.
Go ahead.
So no. Also too, remember like when you first were involved in stuff,
Yeah.
you used to take like a lot of photos, especially with like your film
There
camera.
you go. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
That's
like,
what it was.
like your film camera and all that stuff.
That's
And you were
right.
kind of like a behind the scenes person. I guess like what made you even start shooting with like a film camera? Because that's like a unique thing to shoot with at first. Most people pick up a DLSR camera or just like
Right.
a regular stock camera and shoot with that. But shooting with film is like a lot more difficult and aesthetically pleasing if you get good at
For
it. So like,
sure.
what made you want to start doing that?
What made me want to start doing film photography? I think it was just kind of like the look of the pictures. Like you said, they're very aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. They're very, very nice pictures, and I kind of like the idea of like who shot that picture, why was that picture taken, what was going on when that picture was being taken and whatnot. And I kind of just like the process of like getting film, opening it, getting it scanned and developed, et cetera, et cetera. Excuse me. And all that good stuff. And then I kind of just started fucking around. And then Sias at the time, for those that don't know who Sias is, you're going to know who Sias is. But Sias is my buddy. He's a rapper, great artist. But at the time, he was like, bro, I just need some pictures. And we were taking pictures, or I was taking pictures of him, but iPhone really wasn't, it only does so much. And plus, at that time, I wasn't really editing or doing nothing like that. It was just straight, like, picture, boom, that's it. But the film, like, it was, I kind of looked at it like it was already edited. I just needed the right light source, place, film, and boom, we on go. And so, oh, you're asking me my fucking love for the film. Why did I start? I don't know, just for all that reason, like just the process, linking up with people, meeting people, and then turning in my ideas to people, and them being like, dude, this shit is sick. This could benefit me, or you could work with me. And like when people would tell me that, I would just look at it more as like an opportunity to to keep on learning about the camera and photography and shit. So
The what kind of cameras are they called?
the disposable?
Yeah.
Disposable?
Was that
Yeah.
that was the first camera you ever bought?
Nah, it was a Pentax K1000.
What made you go with the disposable? Just because you liked the way they looked?
I don't think I ever got a disposable, bro.
So like, yeah. So like the camera he got, you like buy
Yeah, you actually
Feel
got to
like-
buy
Well, not the
the
disposable
film.
camera. Well, I guess that camera.
the film.
The one where you put the film in it, then you go
Yeah,
get it
yeah,
done. You just bought that just because you just want to try something new. You didn't want to like keep going down the path of like a DSLR and like upgrading each time.
Nah, bro, I didn't know shit about
No.
DSLR or nothing like that. It was just, I don't know, bro. One day I was just chilling in my room and I was like, I'm gonna get a fucking camera. Like, I like taking pictures. I like doing this and that. I like giving people a story. And so I just said, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna go with the simple camera, because DSLRs are cool and all, but they're like very tricky, and you kind of have to put like a lot of time into learning them and shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to throw myself in that.
And
that would have just made me more anxious. Like, hell no, I'm not gonna do this.
And
shit.
they're expensive too. Like,
And they're hella expensive.
if you don't,
Yeah.
if you get that camera, it's like a big investment. They're very intimidating too, and it's like, all right, where do I
Right.
start? I can do so
Right.
much with this, but where do I
Yeah.
start with it?
For
'Cause
sure.
we were blessed enough to have Albert just kind
That's
of show us
right.
the
Shout out
ropes
Bert,
of,
man.
like what stuff was, because when we first started, we're gonna record on the camcorder,
Right.
and
Yeah, that one we have.
we're
Yeah.
gonna record on that.
Oh
that one we
yeah.
have,
Oh no shit.
yeah. We're gonna record on that one because we didn't like, we're in the same boat as everybody else. We didn't really know what the hell
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
what. We didn't know
Yeah.
what to do. We
Right.
thought, people just record on the camcorder and call it a day. And then Albert comes in the picture again because we kind of just like stopped talking. We rekindle things, and he has the Canon T7, I think, and he's like shoots on that.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to do more video than pictures. He kept telling us he was going to get a Sony, and then we kept filming, and we'll talk about the Sony A7 III and just talk about it. And well, like one day he just showed up and he had it.
Oh,
and
damn.
Then he told us like, y'all don't have to get this one because he told us how much it was. Like, y'all can get this one. And so that's when we got these two. And then he just showed us the ropes of like shutter speed, ISO, aperture, autofocus, manual focus,
your white
like
balance,
everything.
all
He just showed us
that,
ropes of like everything, but it wasn't like too in depth because he wanted us to like take the time out of our day to learn it just like he did. But he showed us enough to where we would be fine on our own.
For sure. Yeah. Like you guys, if you guys were to open the menu screen, you guys would kind of have an idea of what's going on, which is nice. That's why I started with the film camera, really, because I didn't have that. So I was like, all I need to know is ISO and what else? ISO and like my aperture.
Yeah.
And then shutter speed kind of like you had to pay attention to that shit too. But it was more like the light meter, which was what I was trying to nail at when I was doing film photography.
So what was it that got you wanting to get a DSLR? Was it just like, I guess, being around us and seeing what we do and then getting a better understanding of like what it was?
For sure. It was a lot it had a lot to do with that. Because I was limited to shooting because I had to have the right film. I had to be in the correct light setting, this and that. I couldn't just like shoot, you know what I mean? Whatever. It had to be like, all right, bro, I'm going to need you standing here, look this way. And then I would point the camera at them and I would look at the light meter. And so I would just start adjusting to the light meter. And then once I got the light meter right, then I would shoot. So it's like I don't know. It ranges anywhere from like a 10-second thing to like a 2-3 minute shot because you're having a time. Yeah, you're having a correct the light meter all the time. And so the DSLR, the mirrorless cameras, you just pick them bitches up, on, flash, already.
Yeah.
And so I was like, bro, like that's exactly what I need. And then I was doing a lot of shooting videos too on my phone, and my phone was running out of storage. And
oh yeah, because y'all had the gimbal filming the music video.
That's right. That's right.
Was it like at a gas station or something?
No.
That first one was in black and white.
That's at my homeboy's house. Tavian.
Was that Tavian's house?
Yeah, is that his house? Shout out to the boy
Tavian.
Tavian. And then what was I saying? DSLR.
Yeah.
How easy. Yeah, just and then seeing you guys just being like, oh, bro, shoot this, shoot that, and telling Alex to shoot whatever and Zay to shoot whatever. That's also like why I wanted to, be in PCT. Like I want to be in this shit too. I care just as much as anybody else in that group does. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be showing up or even asking him about it. And I kind of felt like I was just there for. There was a while where I was just like, man, like I kind of feel bad just being here because I'm really not. I'm not putting anything on the table.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like here.
Yeah.
I would have edited a video, but like it was like once in a blue moon kind of thing. And then I was like, well, if I get a camera now, maybe I can get another angle in there, or I could take pictures of their thumbnails and this and that, and also the ease of shooting, storing memory, this and that, and it just made a lot of sense to me to do it.
To do it, yeah, because those film cameras, them hoes are expensive.
Yeah, they add up. They add up a lot,
film?
especially the film. The film is probably the most expensive thing.
Because you're spending what, $50 or $80 a pop on just the film.
On the roll, depending on the color.
Depending on like the color and the ISO. Yeah, you're looking at like 50.
And you also got to get it developed, and like that normally takes that's a process.
And
like
you got to pay for that too.
Pay for that, So
yeah, it's a lot of money for sure.
Going into that, and then obviously you started editing, and you have like a unique editing style.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. Like, do you think that was something that you like had to go look up and learn, or do you think you just kind of naturally were creative and it just comes natural to you?
Oof, I think it's definitely both. A lot of it definitely had to do with like influence influence from like movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, whatever that was an MP4 or like whatever was a video, like I would, kind of pay attention to a lot of that stuff. And also just like naturally just kind of think of something when I'm I don't know, someone's telling me like an idea to shoot a video, like I'm already thinking about what am I going to shoot? How's the post edit going to go? Yada, 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 this and that. I'm already like, on that. Kind of like what made me want to do this, or what made me realize that I like this a lot, or that I should kind of go towards that, was I would start to catch myself listening to music, and I already had like a whole idea plan,
like a video shoot plan.
Yeah, and I'd just be like, bro, this should be tight. So I would get home or something, and then I would like go to my videos and whatnot, like that I got with homies and shit. And so I would kind of just see them, and then I'd be like, oh my God, this is perfect. And then I would just copy, paste.
That's fire.
Yeah.
You've also been like, even your picture skills too. It's always been like,
oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I guess somewhat of a gift, because like both pictures and like editing, I felt like kind of just came natural to you,
right?
Which is a very good thing.
Yeah, bro, I love that shit.
And looking back, obviously, man, I've been the best just because we're all naturals, but like, it's better to be ahead of the game, like editing wise and angles wise, than like still trying to learn that, because you can learn like all the editing.
Oh,
color
for
grading,
sure,
as you go. But like them angles and like videos and pictures, and then for just going into post production, already knowing what you like are gonna do. That's like, I guess, the quote unquote hard part, and you already just were gifted at that. Yeah,
I kind of already know what I want. Don't get me wrong though, bro. There is times where like I don't got that, and I'm just shooting, and then there's like when I'm there post production, I'm like, but most of the time I'm already like, okay, I already know how I want this.
What do you do at that point? How do you get like? We'll just use the term writer's block, so to say. How do you get like, or edit block, we should say?
How
do you like get out of that? Do you just walk away and like for an hour or a day or so, and then come back to it, revisit it?
Bro, that is crazy. Nah, sometimes I kind of will just force myself. I'll be like, okay, what if this looks good? What if I'll like kind of force myself to do something that I know is not going to look well. And then once I have that going, I'm like, okay, maybe what if I tweak this, tweak that, and then just start tweaking it from there. And then sometimes something magical will happen. Sometimes it won't. And if it won't, then I'll close it out. I'll just close out the project. Yeah, chill for like a little bit. And then I'll be like, fuck it. I'm just going to do something that I want to do. Yeah. And so, for example, let's say I shot some pictures yesterday of your guys' merch. Let's just give this an example. I would go on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, SoundCloud, and I would just listen to my music, listen to the song, and then, I don't know, let's see. I would do like something. I'm trying to think of like a good ass.
What was that song that you did for ours?
It was Heaven on Earth by Tekka. But I would get like, I don't know. Oh, this is a good one. I would get like the Bee Gees, More Than a Woman. Mm-hmm. You know how that song goes? Mm-hmm. More than a woman.
Yeah.
More than a woman to me. So I would bang that shit, right? I bang it. And I would look at y'all's guys' merch and I'd be like, oh shit, okay. So I'm going to make a video out of that. And then I would make a quick video out of that, just like a little stupid video. I don't know, that shit. It would take me like 30 minutes. As I'm doing that video, I complete it, and then I kind of go back over it, and then I instantly get like more inspiration somehow. I'll like go through the video. Damn, this shit was live. I like how I did that and that. Let me apply that shit to whatever else I'm working on. So I apply it, and then from there on, I'm like out of it. I'm like, okay, now I know what to do next. Now I know what to do next. Now I know what to do next. And then it just.
Got you. That's a cool process though, like thinking about it, because I feel like a lot of stuff you do edit is like super creative and unique in its own right. Like you're not just working on like something super repetitive. Like for us, a lot of our editing is pretty repetitive. It's like just podcasts, and that's why like lately I've been like enjoying editing clips or some of our short form content, and like Carlos is gonna start helping me edit some of that stuff too. And I already know like when he gets into it, that's when you can get a little bit more creative, because it's like you're not just cutting whatever the simple like logistical stuff that you have to do on every editing. That's all you do on a podcast. Like there's nothing special besides like the bare minimum really. And like he was saying, or you were saying, just like your editing process and just seeing how you do everything, it's super unique to me, especially because when I first met you, you've always been like into music. You've always had like the SoundCloud gems, all that stuff. So I definitely can tell like from like the musical standpoint, that has definitely like influenced you as like a editor and a creative, especially with you working with like Sias and some of these other artists now. Like I've always been curious about like that dynamic, because I know you've talked to us about like when he first started making music, and you're like, nah, that ain't.
I was like, bro, this ain't it.
Be honest with him and stuff. But now like he's obviously improved so much, and then obviously you have gotten good in your own right with the camera. So like, what's that relationship been like, especially like make content? And
it's honestly like the best. It's like the best fucking thing ever. Like working with someone like that. Recently, I just linked up with one of my old homeboys in San Antonio, and I kind of wish I answered like when you said when I have creator's block. So I hadn't seen him in a while, and so we're fucking catching up on shit again. He's like showing me his music. This boy goes crazy. Very creative, very original guy. And he's like, bro, there's times where, excuse me. There's times where I can't think of anything. I can't think, the song ain't hitting right and this and that. So he's like, so I just started doing covers. And I'm like, what do you mean? Bro would like, he'd be like, yeah, I'll just do covers like, he'd be like, look at this one. And then he would play like a milli. And then he would just start eating that bitch. But he would obviously say the same words, but in a different cadence, in a different style, at a different rhythm, et cetera, et cetera. And he would just make some crazy shit. And so kind of like him, like me, we see what we put into that, whatever idea, and then apply it to what we really want to work with. But to answer, what was the question again? How's the relationship between?
How's the relationship with you and Sias been with like your creative process?
It's been great. Yeah. And just like that other guy too, it's been awesome. Like it's just like fucking, I don't know, LeBron and D Wade.
They're like on lobs.
Yeah, bro. It's just like it's so fluent when we work.
South Beach.
Yeah. It's just so fluent and easy every time that I'm linking up with him. We just go through his songs and I'm like, all right, bro, I like this one. I know what I want to do for this one. Let's do it. And we just knock that bitch out in a matter of a day or so. As far as like shooting, because post-production is
because that also helps you too, because like he said, you've always been into music. Yeah. So you probably already had like a music video style of editing already like thought in your head as you're editing. And then he just happened to be an artist.
Yeah, so bro.
It's nice because you can just shoot a music video, something that you already like to do.
For sure.
And listen to. And you already have all the stuff that in your head that goes with the music video. So it's just been easier for you.
For sure.
Did you learn anything besides the glass? Because I remember you saying something about the glass. But did you learn anything going on the trip when Orange Jungle shot his music video?
Like learn anything? Yeah, hell yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Dude, that guy was on a different level than I was for sure. I mean, he had a tripod, which might not say anything, but like it was like a very nice tripod. And his camera, he had a Sony. He had a monitor on his shit. And he had his monitor set up to where kind of like what Bert does when like they put no color grade to it, or they make the shit just look blank and like grayish, you
like
know,
super raw.
So that it's super raw. So that way in post production,
That's
it's
long.
like it's easier to color grade or better to color grade. He was way ahead of me. What I liked a lot about him was that we did all this in one location, but he did like 20 different shoots in one location. I'm not there yet. I want to be there. He would come up with like these ideas, or maybe he already had them written down. I don't know, but I know at one point they started over here, did like 2 shots. Silas was doing different things, and then walk a couple steps down, do another 2 shots there, et cetera, going around, and he would have like a light and shit. And so I kind of like approached him and was like, bro, this shit is sick. What's up?
Yeah, just trying to learn.
Yeah,
too,
just trying to learn shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, like he does cameras and shit. Like he does editing and whatnot.
Bro, that's crazy. He came on the pod the next day.
The next day,
Yeah,
that's
that
just
shit was
saying me
wild,
like,
bro.
bro, I just saw his eyes. Like I don't know who that is, but
Nah.
yeah, I'm exaggerating, but like that's crazy though, right?
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
It's cool too. Like I think, like for example, like saying like you're not where he's at. I think that's more so in the aspect of like the director side, like the creative director side.
for
'cause
sure.
You're obviously like talented with the camera and shooting and like editing, but it's like that's like the next step. Like, all right, I got to shoot this music video for Sias or whoever, or this, you know, this commercial or whatever. And that's even for us. Like we've kind of done the same content for years, but once we get like a studio in space and we want to elaborate on some ideas, that's really when I have to like creative direct, be like, oh, now we want this here, or shoot it
Yeah.
like this, or do this a certain way, or whatever the case may be. So like that's definitely, I feel like something that just over time, like the more and more you work with other
For
people
sure.
and Sias, and y'all just get more creative. It's like, yo, how about we do this, or you know, try that. You know, so I've always been interested about that too, because I'm just like my homie Ralph Canona. I'm like, bro, how do you like think of this location, like this shot?
Them
It's-
creative
that's
directors,
crazy.
they just have an
It's
eye
insane,
for it.
bro.
That's the
Yeah,
thing. They just have
it's
an
nice.
eye for it.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at all his other videos, it's just like coffee shop was one of them, walking on the street was one of them, but like just the location just was like perfect for whatever the song was.
Right.
They just have an eye for it. Like,
Yeah, hell
I mean,
yeah.
it's the same thing with like Cole Bennett. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he just had an eye and a talent for what he wanted a music video to look like. And like, look at him.
For
Like, he's-
sure. It's crazy.
He's probably, if not the best music videographer in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm always on the lookout. Every time that I'm driving or something, I'm always on the lookout just to see like
different spots and
different
stuff.
spots and stuff and be like, oh, okay, I know where to go next time. Oh, this will look cool here. Oh, yada, yada, yada.
And with Cole, it's just his creativity. Like I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
like the one that always like comes to my mind when I just hear Cole Bennett is the one with the dude who looks like Cayman.
Babytron.
Babytron, yes. Where they shot in those 20 different locations.
Yeah.
Like that. I was
And the
like,
song
bro,
was super unique too, like all those different iconic beats and like killed all those verses and like, yeah, that's like to me that's definitely one of the better videos. And then
Yeah, Baby John go crazy.
just like he was saying, like all that creative process. And like for me, he's like one of my biggest inspirations from like not only like our age, but like being into music, being into like creating content and just
Yeah, hell
being
yeah.
unique and different. Like I'm curious, like who are some of yours? I know like your music taste is like a huge range, and then also like I'm sure like you have all kind of like inspirations. So like who are some people that like stick out to you?
As far as like
Just anything that like inspire you to like create.
Damn, that's a good question. What inspires me to create? Is that kind of like the question? What
That or just like who
who like,
like
growing up, you would like watch people. So like, who would you watch
or
growing
li-
up
or
that
listen, whatever
inspired you
music,
to like, I want to do that, and like picking up a camera was cool
right.
because you would watch him and he
For
made you
sure.
want to pick up a camera.
Oh, one of them for sure was Gunnar Stahl. Gunnar
Yeah,
Stahl
he's nice.
was a big influence.
Yeah,
What did he do?
He's a photographer.
he takes
as
like
well.
all the like photos for
Like he did Playboy Cardi's album, the first one, not the before Die Lit. He did that shoot. He did
self-titled?
self-titled.
yeah.
He's done a lot, and he even dropped a book a couple years ago called "I Have So Much to Tell You," and he just has like a bunch of pictures in there, and then he also talks about like how his come up, like how he came came out of Atlanta and did his thing and went crazy big. He's one of them. Let's see what else. What inspires me a lot too is going to Mexico. Every time I go to Mexico, I am just always wanting to work whenever I'm in Mexico. Like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy the city and whatnot, but I'm always just like, I just get crazy fucking influence from there. Go to Sao in Mexico. My parents aren't that creative. I don't know. They're some casuals, but they love telling stories. So I'm always like, oh shit. And they're very like, and then he jumped 2 feet from here to there, like in Spanish, right? Obviously. So they're very like, what do you say?
Like a linear path, like
when you tell them the story, but like you can see that shit in your head. Is there a word for that? Like they're very
illustrative or
illustrative. There
like,
you go.
Yeah, like draw. I think it's him.
Yeah. And my parents, Mexico, Gunnerstal. My friends, a lot of like my rap friends, they're just doing crazy shit, unique shit. And let's see. Soccer too. Soccer has a lot to do with that.
He's nice.
Yeah, and he just like has literally photos of everybody.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Very nice.
Obviously, it's not as far down as you've gone, but I've just this past weekend I was in Mexico. I went to
where?
On Saturday I just went across the border to Progreso, and then on Friday I went to
Cancun.
No, what's the one that's to the left of Progreso?
Oh no, gang! I don't know.
The one it's like
Chihuahua.
No, it's
El Paso.
No,
or
that's to the right. It's like heavily ran by the cartel.
Sinaloa?
No.
Tijuana?
No. I can't think of it.
Heavily ran by the Nuevo Laredo.
No. Anyways, I just went there. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm gonna keep talking.
Yeah,
I just went there, and because my grandpa lives at that spot right by the border.
Does he speak English?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
That's crazy. What?
Well, he's not from there. He's from here, but he just always wanted
to live in Mexico.
Live in Mexico.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he speaks very fluent Spanish.
That's how I'm trying to do it.
But Matamoros. Yeah, Matamoros.
Okay.
And it's crazy over there, man.
It is.
I
don't know. Yeah. So, what's your point of view of it?
So where I went on Matamoros side, if you didn't know you're in Mexico, you wouldn't really know that you were in Mexico.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like the houses just look like the houses I was driving by looked like just because it just looked like a country road and just houses on the side. That's how it looked.
Right.
But then when you like went to like my grandpa's neighborhood or whatever you want to call it, you're just driving, and he lives like right before the prison. So it's like,
damn!
You can see the prison. It's like
shit.
Not even half a mile. Like it's literally right there. And you turn on his street, neighborhood, whatever you want to call it, and it's just like a dirt, muddy road that's just nothing. There's a house here, and then a house here, then his house.
Yeah.
And the infrastructure is crazy because just like
cement. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
It's cement and that's it.
That's it.
And you go inside, he has electricity.
Right.
But like it's not a very powerful electricity. He paid for his line to the transformer. And then he has backup generators in there so he can have more lights in there.
Oh, damn. It's like that. Yeah. I don't know why I'm so surprised. I kind of know this shit.
And then but he had like, they're telling me some people like their floors are just dirt.
Right.
And he has tile on it. Like his is like actually a nice house.
Like that.
You go into the bathroom, like you see the sink and whatnot, and water comes out of the faucet on the sink, but you go into the shower he has a shower head, but no water comes out of the shower head. So he has buckets on the floor, and then he has like this water boiler inside the shower to like heat up the water, and that's how they take their showers.
That's what I'm telling you, like Mexico.
And like going over there, and then like Progresso's more, I guess more upkept, so to say.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's just because it's touristy.
Yeah.
A lot of tourists go there, so like more money goes there.
Yeah.
So they're able to like have nicer buildings or nicer places, AC. You still got, that's the other thing. Like you have to pay to go to the bathroom over there.
Yeah,
like,
hell
you still gotta pay
Anywhere,
to go to the bathroom,
my boy.
but like it's nicer than what I would have got if I was going to the Montemoto side.
Yeah.
But even then, like some of like the gas stations and then like the stores that were there, like they look like just the infrastructure just wasn't it.
Yeah, for sure. But they make the best out of it.
They do.
They make
and
the
it's
best
and
out
it's
of that
and it's
shit.
crazy. And it kind of like you were saying, it kind of inspired me more to like work harder and go get it
Hell
because you just see their way of
boy.
life.
What the fuck?
Like, bro, you don't really have anybody younger in your family. They be like 2-year-olds, bro.
Oh
2,
my
3-year-olds
God, that is the
selling like
worst,
candy,
bro.
selling necklaces, selling whatever they can to like make money.
That shit hurts to see
And
me.
just
I'm like, fuck.
taking it back. You'll see just like a grandma and like a baby just sleep on the side of the road. And grandma's just sitting there with like a hat. We're just like wanting. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
And then there's older people that are just out there like selling cotton candy, selling different type of wallets or whatever the case is, and you know they made it by hand, and they're just like everybody goes up to you just trying to sell shit.
Yeah,
just trying. And if you buy from one person,
everybody's
everybody's coming. It's crazy, man. And I was gonna ask because I know it's not like that deep into Mexico, and you go a little deeper. Balls.
Yeah, pause. Hey yo.
Is it like the same kind of lifestyle over there?
For sure, 1000% it is. Like you said, a lot of cement homes, concrete homes. But where I go to, it's also very touristy, so it's kind of it's really upkept. But you still see that side of Mexico, especially like when you're going outside of the city, and like I'm going to horse shows or what do you call them? You call them jalipeos, sotolars, o a los toros. I don't know, whatever. It's you go outside the city, you go to these rural parts, and you see like small villages and whatnot, and you see people living like that, and you're just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I thought I had it bad back at the crib because I'm sharing a room, I'm sharing a restroom. My bed might be small, bro. Some of these kids don't even got beds,
bro.
They just got a
Their
blanket.
shoes are ran down.
Nothing, and you go, or like they do got a bed, but their bed is a fucking like an inflatable of some like swimming pool, and it's like, oh my God, like I can't believe I'm over here crying about this shit when these kids, are living like this. But the difference is, or what I think what hurts me the most is like seeing that and then seeing them with like a smile on their face, just because they're happy, they're content with what they have. They don't want any more. Yeah, of course they could have a full bed. Maybe they do want that, but they know what it is, and they make the best out of everything. And I'm just always like, bro, I need that shit. Like I need those kind of vibes. You know what I mean? Because there's times where I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this shit no more. But that's when I start remembering my family, Mexico, all this other stuff, and I'm like, nah, I can't. I gotta keep it going.
You go and like you said, like they just have a smile on their face. Like, bro, even if you give them like a quarter, they just have the biggest smile on their face. It's crazy, bro.
I love
like
that.
just like. Brownsville is right here. 10 miles, not even 10 miles away, like less than 5 minutes away is the border.
Right.
And the infrastructure changes like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like how is it just here? I see all these nice things and like stuff I see all the time, and then I just go to here and it's just the complete opposite.
Different. Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
It is crazy, dude.
So what is? I was wondering this while I was there, because it kind of just seems like this is their life and that's how they live it. But like, What is the schooling like over there? Do they not go to school,
shit.
or is it like they have to pay for school if they want to
yeah.
go? Like, so if they want to go to like school and like starting kindergarten and go work all the way
Yeah,
up,
they got to
have
pay for it. Their parents got
That's
to pay
crazy.
for it. Yeah.
And so that only wealthy kids go to school then. So if they're not going to school, that's what they're doing is in the hustle in the streets.
It's usually like middle, low class kids or families that are able to afford school. I think there is like public schools, but there needs to be, like you said, infrastructure. It needs to have like a certain, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but this is kind of how I see it. I think like the more populated an area is, then yeah, I think there's a way that kids go to school for free. But for a majority of it, your parents are paying to go to school or
Gotcha.
for you to go to school.
Gotcha. Because I mean, we're there I went on a Friday.
Right.
But I went later in the day, but I went on a Friday and there was just kids going to the gas station and whatnot.
Just fucking
like,
around.
Walking in the street and whatnot. I was like, damn, like the life just here is just completely different. It is over there, and it's like, damn.
It is. I actually went to school one day in Mexico with my cousins. This is crazy. This would never happen here. This is some shit that would never happen here. This is some shit where I was like, this is why I love Mexico, boy. Like, I was staying over there for like 2 weeks. I was like 10. I was 10. And every time I would go to Mexico, it was just me. My parents can't go. It was just always me. So I would be down there with my cousins and shit. And one day they were like, we don't got nobody to take care of this kid tomorrow. My cousins were still in school at the time. And so they were like, fuck it. Take him to school. Just tell your teacher if he could watch him for the day. I think it was like also like a last day of school or something. It might have been a Friday. I don't know. Long story short, bro, is like, I go to the school and everyone is in uniforms. It's normal for people, like especially like public schools, it's normal for them to have uniforms. So I was like, whoa. All right, cool. And then this is also like an elementary school where you call La Primaria, the elementary school. And they do like their Pledge of Allegiance. They have like their own version of the Pledge of Allegiance. But it was cool because like in elementary school, bro, it's like, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And it's just like, I pledge allegiance, right? And over there in Mexico, it was like, nah, like they have like a courtyard. And so we walked in, and it's like the first thing, you go to your class, and then like 10 minutes later, they do roll call, and then boom, we're all outside again. But with our class, and they sit us down in the courtyard, and there's like kids in like marching band uniforms, bro. Like they're like, I don't know. They're no older than 10. And, they like, gah, type shit. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like a 9-year-old doing all this shit. This shit is crazy. What the fuck? And then that happens. They do their little Pledge of Allegiance or whatever. I don't know. They're paying respects to their country though. And then we go back to class, and the teacher puts on a movie. And the movie was Saw 3. Yeah, bro.
What?
And we were no older. We were no older than like 12, 13.
That's insane.
Elementary
That's
school,
crazy.
yeah. And that's when I was like, bro, that's why. That's why they say Mexico's different.
For sure.
Do you think, besides like Sinaloa and like the I guess Matamoros and there's another big city, can't remember. But do you think
Michoacán.
is it like is Mexico as bad as people make it seem to be?
Hell nah, bro. The media does a lot to Mexico that I guess in a way the media exposes Mexico because there's definitely corruption. Don't get that shit twisted. However, if you're not looking for beef, you're not going to find it. If you're looking for beef, you're going to find it 100%. There's definitely been times where I'm in heavy areas where, my cousin's like, don't even pull out your phone, bro. Like, don't lose sight of me. If someone looks at you the wrong way, just look the other way. Don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Don't talk to strangers. Just be chill. I'd be like, bro, what? How? He's like, yeah, just relax. He'd be like, but it's a heavy area though. Just As long as you're not beefing with them, you straight. Don't do anything stupid. All right, cool. So there's that. And people think it's like the second that you step into Mexico, you know you're gonna get fucked up or something. But no, that's usually never the case. Yeah, I'm knocking on wood.
Well, even because you've been a lot, and then I'm sorry,
No,
but
you're
you've
good.
been a lot, and then Isaiah's mom's been a lot, and y'all were just sharing stories, and it's like y'all drive 16 hours into Mexico,
Yeah.
like nothing would happen.
For sure. Well,
She happened something at one time, but like even all those
Yeah, I've had some
all those
shit.
trips at one time, like
yeah, exactly. Not yet, for sure. The last couple times that I've gone, ever since like 2 years ago, I fly now. Every time that I go, it's just quicker. I would do the bus, but the bus was 20 hours.
yes,
And one of my first signs of like kind of corruption there was I was 18 at the time, 18, 19. I go to Mexico. We're at the border, but we're at Mexico's border. And there's some like ladies in the. I could tell it was their first time. I could tell it was their very first time because they're like, "It's so cold in here," and they're speaking English too. I was like, "Oh, these ladies are gonna get fucking ate up out here." And we get to the border, and it's a long ass line. So I'm like whatever. We're just gonna be chilling here for a couple hours. And an officer comes up, and comes up, taps on the doctor. Taps on the chauffeur and get down. All right. Gets down, comes up, and he's like over the radio, like, hey, if we give him $900 right now, they'll let us go in 15 minutes. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait about 2 to 3 hours. And I'm like, bro, this is already my second time kind of experiencing that. And I know that I was bullshit because the first time I believed it, but it was bullshit. And so everyone was like, $900 or 900 pesos? No, 900 US American dollars. And I was like, fuck. Okay. Because 900 pesos, it's
there's
like
nothing.
$50, $60, whatever.
Yeah.
$900 though? God damn, that's a band. They were asking for a fucking band. And so the ladies are like, like tripping. And I'm like, hell no. They finna throw a fucking fit. I know they are. And so they're like, everyone needs to put up money right now. Like, oh my God, there's kids here. They started doing math. They were like, times 20. Okay, we should have enough. Bitch, you really think I'm finna put some fucking money down? Like, no. Hell nah. And long story short, they get the money, and
Y'all gave him $900?
No, we gave them, or they counted the money before we gave it to them. We counted the money, and it was like 300, 400. We weren't even halfway there, and they gave the money back, and they started talking shit. They were just like it's a damn shame that they don't care about other people, yada yada yada, like talking mad shit. There's some fucking Chicanas. You know what Chicanas is like? Yeah. They're more American than Mexican. I was like, bro, like I'm not fucking having this. Like if they're gonna look at me in the eyes and tell me this, I might have something to tell, like say back to them. But hell nah. Bro, 15 minutes later, we're gone from the border.
They didn't even get no money.
We didn't even wait. They didn't get no money. We didn't wait no 2 hours. We were just there for 15 minutes. It was just like a little spoof. And done deal.
Yeah, because we just went and it was the border, but my girlfriend's mom was like, last time we went, she was like, y'all make sure you don't wear no nice stuff or any of that. And I was like, all right. And we went, and
Yeah.
I feel like everything that we have is just nice compared to them.
For
so like,
sure.
I still wore nice stuff, and
No,
I was like, then you see other
100%,
people
bro.
like walking in with their Louis or
Yeah,
Jordans or
nah.
Yeezys. They're like just have their phones out, like everything,
For
and like
sure.
nothing ever happened to them. And then we just went this weekend with her, and she was like, I don't know if I should take my bracelet. And I was like, you'll be fine. Like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, nah.
And then she didn't take it. And then we got back home, and I was like, you could have took a bracelet.
For
right? She was
sure,
like, yeah.
bro.
But because I always say like they're not gonna mess with Americans.
Hell no.
For one, they know better because
They know better. Exactly.
something will happen. Two,
They know better.
like even though the government is corrupt, the government still doesn't want the cartel messing with Americans because they lose so much money.
Yeah,
nobody's
hell
gonna go over
yeah.
there.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's like
boy.
the other thing is why they're not gonna mess with Americans because how much money we bring them.
For sure. For sure. Unless like
Unless, like you said, you're looking for
unless
trouble.
I'm
That's a
looking
little
for
bit
trouble.
different.
Unless I'm at the paws at the cockfights and I got money on the cock, and a lot of the times the people involved in those kind of fights are like little, you call them narquillos, like little, young narco members and shit, and they're just trying to
Like getting their
get on
way
the
in, up
come
and
up,
coming.
get on their
yeah.
way in and whatnot. And so a lot of times they're a lot like hot headed. So let's say like my chicken were to beat them and shit. Damn. Nah, hey Peter, don't fire, don't cancel me, Peter. Let's say
Allegedly. Allegedly your chicken beat
and
him.
I'm gonna say my fighter. Let's say my fighter, right? Or Pokemon. Here we go. Let's say my Pokemon beats his Pokemon. Since he's a young member, and I make him look like shit, it's gonna get to his head. He's gonna be like, hell nah. Like, nah, me and you, we finna talk this shit out. Or like, I'm not finna pay you. What you gonna do about it? And that's when it's like, oh shit. I should have not said anything, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Mexico is a beautiful place, especially if you really like explore it. You go inside of Mexico, not to like the beach, because beaches are nice anywhere, even in Los Angeles, even here, or I don't know, in Europe or whatever. Beaches, you'll find them anywhere, but like getting to know a country, you got to go on the inside of it. And that's usually where I'm always at, in the inside of fucking Mexico.
How far from like the border is it?
Yeah, it's like a 10 to 12 hour drive. But I fly. I fly from here to Mexico City, and then from Mexico City to Querétaro. I should be landing in the States airport, but it's a hot area, so my uncles are always like, nah, you should avoid that. Let's not touch there.
Gotcha. Yeah, because my mom's dad, like I said, he lives in Matamoros, but his wife that he's married to, she's from Oaxaca. So he's building a house in Oaxaca as well.
Oh, shit, no way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some property down there low key. I'm trying to retire there type shit.
Yeah, it's stupid cheap.
Also, speaking of this, bro, even when I'm listening to Spanish music, there's times where I want to tap into that shit and be like, bro, I have a crazy video idea for this already. Like, but I don't really know anybody that makes that kind of music as of now.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
I know a couple people, but I kind of gotta go out of my ways to tap in with them. But
nobody in your
cool.
family in Mexico like has accordion.
Actually,
guitars,
yeah,
or make
I got a
anything, so when you're
cousin.
down
I got
there-
a cousin that makes music, but he makes like he's like a singer. You know what I mean? He'll throw some notes and shit at you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One last thing for me, something I want to ask: what made you choose a Canon over Sony?
Price.
Price.
And also it was just I'm kind of like an impatient dude. I didn't want to be like, I'm gonna save up 2 racks and then drop a Sony. And I didn't know what I was getting myself into. If there's a Sony at that same price, yeah, I probably would have copped it. But really what I just looked up was like beginner cameras, something to start with. And Canon M50 was one of them. Looked it up. And then I think I just bought it like the next 2 days. I was like, let me sit and think on it. It's $600. It's not a lot of money, but to me, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit on it. And I was sitting on it. My head just kept telling me, yes, 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 yes. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I didn't even want to look at any other camera. I just bought that bitch. But hopefully, maybe in what year are we coming? 2024?
2024.
Maybe in 2025, I'll upgrade to a Sony. Sonys are nice, man.
Yeah.
They're expensive, though.
Just because the reason I ask because what you like to do is film
Yeah.
videos, and
Yeah.
specifically music videos. They're
For
just
sure.
better for
For
videos
that,
in
yeah.
general.
I've seen
Yeah.
like on Alex's camera. Maybe y'all know about this. I don't. But when he's like shooting, he has like those lines that are.
Yeah, mine has it.
What is that for?
It's to show you where it's bright at.
Yeah.
So like if you're on so it'll show it on a monitor too.
What?
So if it's bright there, you can just adjust the settings
Swear.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's telling you where the most light's coming from.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Because mine's on that camera. It's the grid. with
Yeah,
those
yeah.
lines.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's what that's for.
That's
yeah.
live. That's live. Yeah, I really want to get a Sony.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
Sonys are expensive.
They're expensive.
Expensive as fuck.
Yeah, expensive, but worth it for sure.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like I said, everything that you do, I was like, no, I didn't get Sony. But
Yeah.
it makes sense.
And plus, a lot of the Sony cameras that I looked up, it was a body only.
Yeah,
No,
and then
no
you gotta
base
get
lens.
lenses
Yeah, they have no
'cause
base
even
lens.
us, like we just got that lens. Like
Yeah.
we've had the stock lenses for 3 years, and like it's like even that's like not even a G Master, and that lens is like $1,200. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, it's just expensive
For
like,
sure. Yeah, my boss actually bought 2 camera lenses. And I looked at the price tag. Them bitches were like $3K.
Yeah. But like once
get
you get
up
the
there.
lenses though, like you're pretty much set.
Oh, for
because
sure.
They just transfer to every single body.
Yeah,
And then, like,
100%.
and then
Which is what I'm excited for.
Yeah, and you really don't got to upgrade at all. Like the lenses are like the glass is the glass. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
The body, like you can get a lens from like 10 years ago that was super nice
For
and
sure.
put it on a new body.
Yeah,
you
that's
know, so-
that's what Homeboy was telling me. He was like
Yeah.
fucking Oak Mob Orange Films. He
Yeah.
was like, he's like, bro, it really don't matter like what kind of camera you got. He's like, the camera I had before this didn't even shoot 4K. He's like, it's really in the lens, and he's like, after that, you'll be good.
And that's what Albert would tell us.
Like,
Because
it's
we would
just-
always want to get like his camera,
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
camera. But he was
right,
like,
right.
you don't need a good camera, just get the lens. Trust me.
Yeah,
And the
that's
lens
right.
does like a lot.
Does
'cause,
a different shit.
He said that our videos, ever since we got that, like the sports video, the 54 yards and like the angles on the podcast,
Right.
he said they look completely different.
Damn, really?
Yeah, and also too with like SDs, like he got one of the best SDs you can get.
Yeah.
Expensive as fuck. It was like $80 for a 64 gig.
Damn.
Yeah, but, like,
it's about another one,
what
too.
is it? What's the speed? Yeah, can you
So
explain that to me?
yeah. So there's, if you look at an SD card, where's the back?
Yeah, that shit will say
So
like
if you look at the SD
128 megabytes and
So it'll say
64.
read, write, and
Yeah,
read
yeah,
at
yeah.
whatever speed and whatnot. So this will be your speed. Mine reads at 200. The speed will be right here, and then there's U with a 10 next to it, and there's a number inside the U. The highest number is a 9. So the higher it goes, the better quality that you're gonna have in the image.
Yeah, when it
and
when it
Oh, like in
videos,
post-production.
when it writes
Yeah,
the
so
card.
you're not gonna lose as much
What? Kinda like-
pixels, so to say. So the higher this number goes right here, the better the lens.
Damn, let me see that. I gotta pay attention. To
And the V. So mine's a V90. V90. No, maybe it's the V that I'm talking about. The V93. That's what mine is.
and what's the 170 megabytes?
What brand is
So
it?
that's what it
SanDisk?
writes at.
No,
the
brand
one I
is-
have is Lexar.
Yeah, get that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lexar.
SanDisk. They've been having some issues with like people losing their footage. I mean, we've dealt with it one time. Yeah,
That's my biggest nightmare,
but
bro.
it'll like. There's one girl went to like Japan for like a work project and like was like a $12,000 trip, and then she had none of her footage that she shot over there. Yeah.
lost all
Ooh, bro,
of
that
it.
would. Ooh.
So she got like a lawsuit with them, and then
No
that's like, and then Albert
shit.
told us, and then we had a homie on Hayden. We were talking to him about it too. And then even just like all the other people we've had on lately, like they've been telling us to use other stuff. Like we just had my homie Jalen on, and he was just like, "Nah, use these brands." So
Interesting. Yeah, even like I just bought a SSD, my first SSD on Saturday. Even like storing my memory in that shit. Yeah, bro.
Instant, bro.
And
I be thinking that shit
because
be
I
getting
have the step above
paranoid.
Albert's. He has the 1978 X1978 or something
Yeah.
like that. Mine is the X2000.
Oh shit.
So I have like the step above Albert's.
Of
the SD.
of an SD. Yeah.
yeah,
But you should look into
To
that one.
Lexar. Is that what y'all said?
Yeah.
Bet.
They should. I'm waiting on. I need a look. It's probably on sale already, but I was waiting till Black Friday to get another one because I need another one because I always leave that one here because he's transferring the footage.
Right.
So at least have because I take my camera, so at least have another SD.
I'm gonna pay
when I take my
attention to
camera.
that shit.
yeah.
man.
We're just like we're at this stage too. Like, especially like if as soon as you can get something or if you want something to upgrade, like get it now. Because I was telling him like we were talking off camera about like the stuff we're gonna do, but just like the evolution of everything, like trying to take everything a next steps up.
Hell yeah.
Just I was like, at least for me and like what we're trying to do, like all my focus is like, let's get a better camera, let's get better lights, let's get better mics, all that stuff. So whenever we do transition into a studio, this is less stuff we got to get when we have a lot of it already.
For sure.
Or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, if you ever need any help, or I mean, you obviously know, like being in the group chat and stuff. One last thing for me.
What's up?
What are just some goals you want to do next year? Not only for like PCT or opinionated, but like something individually, like something you want to work on.
Individually, something that I want to do. I want to shoot more. Hopefully, if all goes well, it'd be sick to shoot with like a rapper. Or like a rapper that I listen to.
Okay.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I don't know, for example, like, y'all ever heard of Lil Dude?
I have not.
Y'all know who Lil Dude is? Oh, I love Lil Dude. Lil Dude is good. Let's see, what else? Also, oh, you know what? I kind of want to get my room straight. My room is like not a room. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like make it like a creative vibe type of shit.
Yeah, like have this planner up there, have that picture. My room is just like a blank canvas.
Just like your office space stuff.
Exactly. I was thinking about getting some LED lights from Best Buy, but there are these ones that are like a rectangle, not a rectangle, like a hexagon.
Yeah.
And they come in like packs of 3, 9, whatever. And they have this mode where like you make noise and they like follow the noise. That shit is sick.
Yeah, those are the nano leaves.
Yeah, the nano leaves. Yeah, the nano leaves.
Expensive, bro.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I wanted some too, and I was like, "Let me
exactly. And then let's see something else. So shoot with the rapper. Shoot one of my favorite rappers. Get my home, more cozy, and then see. I don't know. Work on myself.
Yeah,
so I'm not a perfect guy. I definitely made some mistakes, but trying to work on that. Trying.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely can relate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. I mean, that's like I said. The camera thing was kind of the last thing for me. Is there any shout outs you want to give or anything for us before we hit this off?
Yeah, boy. Shout out PCT. Shout out OP. Shout out you guys. Shout out Keep It a Buck. Yeah. Keep It a Buck. Come on. Ayo, hold the room. Love you, boy. Shout out Lon. Shout out everybody from the group chat. Bird.
Yeah.
Shout out my parents. Shout out my family.
Mama.
Yeah. Shout out all my cousins in Mexico. Todos mis primos. Los quiero un chingo. Hopefully they hear this. Shout out my aunties. Shout out Mexico. Shout out the whole gang. Shout out the whole North Side. I love the North Side. Shout out Austin. And thank you very much.
Of course. I mean, this was, like you said, long overdue.
Definitely.
When we first talked about getting everybody back on, I was like,
Right.
I told him, I was like, we got to get JG on first because we haven't even got him in. He was like, that's right, we do got to get him on. So thank you. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Oh,
good
got
catch.
them hands.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
You got a bright future. I love that you
for sure.
come
Thank
on
you,
to the
sir.
gang and you're here doing this with us.
Hell yeah.
You've definitely come a long way in a short time.
For sure.
And
Thank
you've shown
you, sir.
that the talent that you have and just the stuff you created, it shows that you are dedicated to it and that you put in the time to get to where you're at now.
100%.
It's very creative, and we know that it's not. You don't just get there just overnight. Just plugging stuff in, like you said, putting music videos in and putting a song behind it, throwing different things in it.
Right.
So we've seen from here to here, and I'm proud of you. And then
Thank you, sir.
it's only up from here.
Yes, sir. Oh, God.
But that'll do it from your boys over here at Opinionated, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.
Peace.